Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a conversation that ended hours ago, but your brain just refuses to let it go? You're lying in bed, lights off, everyone else asleep, and you're staring at the ceiling or scrolling your phone, but you're not really seeing anything because your brain is still inside that conversation. Your voice, that one sentence, that exact moment, and the same thought keeps coming back. Why did I say it like that? Seriously, why did I say it like that? And here's the strange part. You've never actually told anyone you do this. Because how do you even explain it? Yeah, I'm still thinking about something I said 4 days ago. So you keep it to yourself. And eventually, you start wondering something quietly. Does everyone else's brain do this, or is it just me? You probably tried explaining it once, and someone said, just stop thinking about it. Great advice. Except inside your head, you're thinking, if I could stop, I would have stopped already. Because the replay doesn't ask permission. You're eating, walking, trying to fall asleep, and suddenly, there it is again. Word for word. Their face. Your voice. Maybe it was your crush. Maybe it was your closest friend. Maybe it happened in front of the whole group. And somehow that makes it 10 times worse. Because it's not just any conversation. It's the one that mattered. With the person you least wanted to sound weird in front of. And then something strange happens. You stop being annoyed at the memory, and you start being annoyed at yourself. Normal people don't do this. Something must be wrong with me. So you go quiet about it. You carry it alone. And honestly, that loneliness is the worst part. But listen carefully for a second. There's nothing wrong with you. And once you understand what's actually happening here, this whole thing starts to make a lot more sense. Your brain has one job: keep you safe. But safe doesn't just mean physically safe. For humans, being accepted by other people has always been just as important. Thousands of years ago, if your group rejected you, you were alone. And alone meant danger. So your brain evolved to care a lot about how people see you. That instinct still lives inside you. So when a conversation feels even slightly uncertain, your brain marks it, stores it, and later, when everything gets quiet, it pulls the moment back up. Did something go wrong? Did I change how they see me? Your brain thinks it's protecting you. But here's the problem. Your brain can't tell the difference between a real social threat and the tiny awkward moment that the other person forgot in 30 seconds. So it treats both the same. That's why you replay one sentence for days. Your brain marked the moment as unfinished, and it keeps replaying it until it feels resolved. Now here's something interesting. People who replay conversations like this usually share a few traits. The first one? Trait 1. You feel things before you can explain them. Someone smiles at you, but something about it feels slightly different. Their tone shifts for half a second. Most people notice nothing, but you notice everything. You can't explain what you felt, but you definitely felt it. And your brain spends the rest of the night trying to figure out what that moment meant. If you've ever felt that before, drop an eye emoji in the comments. Just a eye. Trait 2. You're terrified of being misunderstood. When you replay a conversation, the fear usually isn't, I said something bad. It's deeper than that. It's the feeling that they walked away with the wrong version of you. You know who you are on the inside. You know your intentions. But something about that conversation made it feel like the version they saw didn't match the real you. And when it's your crush or someone you genuinely care about, that gap feels unbearable because those are exactly the people you want to understand you clearly. So your brain keeps going back, trying to close something that already happened. If you know exactly what that feeling is like, type yes in the comments. Third trait. You hold yourself to a higher standard than most people do. So you replay the moment thinking, I should have said that differently. Was I kind enough? Did I explain myself properly? Did I show up the way I wanted to? Most people never analyze themselves this closely. You do it automatically. Fourth trait. You process experiences deeply. Some people feel something and move on quickly. Your brain goes deeper. You watch the same movie as your friend. They say, yeah, it was good, and that's it. But 3 days later, you're still thinking about one scene, still connecting it to something that happened in your own life. That same depth is what causes the replay, but it's also why you understand people in a way most others never will. Trait 5. You remember what everyone else forgot. The exact words someone said when they were upset with you 2 years ago. The moment a friendship started feeling different before either of you even said anything. Most people took a quick snapshot, but your brain took a full recording. Sometimes it feels like a burden, carrying things that other people dropped a long time ago. But it also means you're the person who shows up and says, I remember what you told me last month. Are you okay now? Most people never say that, because honestly, they never remembered. You always do. So tell me something in the comments. What's one thing someone said to you years ago that you still think about today? Now, look at these traits together. You feel deeply. You hate being misunderstood. You hold yourself to high standards. You process experiences fully. You remember things others forget. Does that sound like someone who is broken or someone who simply pays closer attention to the world than most people do? People like you notice when a friend is struggling, apologize sincerely, and care in ways that actually matter. The world doesn't have too many people like you. It has too few. So here's the shift. You've been treating the replay like something your brain is doing to you. But what if it's something your brain is doing for you? Every replay is your brain trying to learn something, trying to close the gap between who you are and how you show up in the world. The people who never replay anything never look back. And if you never look back, you never grow. But you do look back. So next time the replay starts, ask one different question. Instead of asking, what did I do wrong? Ask this. What is my brain trying to learn right now? That one shift changes everything. Your brain isn't broken. It's just working harder than most people's ever will. And there's one more interesting pattern. People who replay conversations usually handle conflict in a very specific way. When someone hurts them, they don't explode. They don't argue. They go quiet. They slowly pull back. And by the time the other person notices, they've already processed everything, already grieved it, already moved on internally, even while still showing up on the outside. There's actually a name for that pattern. And once you learn it, a lot of your past relationships will suddenly make sense. That's what we'll talk about in the next video. And if this video felt like someone finally described your inner world out loud, then you're exactly the kind of person this channel is for. And if someone you know does this too, send it to them. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for someone is simply show them they're not the only one.